Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you guys hear me okay. Let me get myself better into the frame here. There I am. Okay, better frame. You guys should be able to see me. Good morning, everybody. Give me a sound check. Give me a screen check. I see myself pretty well. Everything looks pretty good. I'm in Jersey today. Beautiful day in the Garden State. I got a lot of really cool stuff to share with you today, so we're going to settle in a little bit. Gonna let everybody come on board. Everybody on Twitter, come join us on YouTube so you can see my charts. You can see the setups. As a matter of fact, we're going to be talking about setups because yesterday I was talking to my friend Rob Hoffman, who's a really good trader. He's like won massive amount of trading competitions over the years. He's the founder of Wealth Charts. And it's interesting because he has like his own proprietary indicator, which is very, very similar. Like when we got underneath the hood, very similar to our scalper. But what was fascinating is that he had a whole setup sequence on the indicator, and I realized that we could essentially do that with ours really well, really well. And I'm going to share with you exactly how we can do that in a bit. But I want everybody to just come into the room. Who's coming to me from where today? Who's coming to me from Asia? Let's do continents. Who's coming to me from Asia? Who's coming to me from Australia? You know what? As a matter of fact, let's do our first poll. Let's do continental poll. All right, let's try this. I have a fun time. We're going to say I am, and we're just going to be continents. I am from, and we're going to go North America, South America, Asia. Oops, I misspelled Asia. Europe. Oops, Europe. And, oh wait, can I add one more? You can only go 4? Oh, all right, so we're going to do Asia, Australia. Just bunch you guys up. Let me know. I'm curious where everybody's coming from to me from as far as trade set. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a really, really good overnight. Up over $1,000 already. Hi, hey Bob, how are you? How's everybody doing? Let me see what's going on here. My watch is buzzing. Oh, it's my algo is just popping today too. Algo is doing really well. Algo was up like $2.5 grand in early morning. Gave some of it back, but that's nothing. We'll see how it goes. I'll be talking a little bit more about that as the month goes by. North America, 44. Answer the poll, guys. I'm curious. Nobody's from South America. Really? I thought we had a lot of people from like Colombia and everywhere else. I guess not right now. Asia, Australia. It's pretty well diverse. Okay. So we're just missing South America. Oh, and I forgot Africa. Oh my God. Sorry. Jesus, guys. I'm so sorry. It's not that I forgot. I think the poll just like it only allows me to go 4 because I try to go 5 and it doesn't let me go. All right. Sorry about that. Just add Africa in there. Oh, by the way, those of you guys who are in Africa who want to partner up, as I told you, we have a new prop partner. It's Think Capital, really, really good prop partner, and you guys should check them out. Let me just set up my whole thing here because I forgot to put my brands on here. All right, let's put we'll put the Apex on here for the time being. Make sure, obviously, Apex has just been rocking. They're going to have even more cool stuff coming up here. So really, really have a lot of interesting stuff I want to share with you. All right. Everybody doing well? Anything you want to ask me before we start? I want to share with you the structure that I've been trading. Just made me about $1,200 over the last 6 hours, whatever. It's ever since I've been up that I'm absolutely loving. And this has, as I said, I talked to my friend Rob Hoffman yesterday, and he kind of turned on this light bulb in my head. So a lot of people, let's go. We're going to do this on, let's do it on NASDAQ. Everybody is a NASDAQ junkie. Let's do it on NASDAQ. Let me show this to you on NASDAQ so you guys kind of understand it. All right. So I'm going to start with the most basic component, and then we're going to get a little bit more sophisticated on the idea that I have. Okay. So you know how yesterday I was basically buying the labels or selling the labels. You know, every time I get a buy label, you know, I was getting long. Every time I get a sell label, I get short, blah, blah, blah. It's the most simple, easiest, you know, primitive structure of how we do this, right? But a more elegant way to approach our setup, and it's not, you know, it's complementary. In other words, it's one or the other, or even both if you want it to be. It's not sort of, you know, competitive. But I find that this complementary approach a lot more elegant is to use the buy label as a setup candle. So a setup candle tells you, get ready for the setup. And the actual trade candle becomes the follow-on trade. And the follow-on trade, obviously, you have the setup candle, then you have a red zone, which is the retrace zone, and then a green zone. The first candle in the green zone, that's the continuation candle. That's the one we go long. So this is the setup candle. This is the trade candle. Let me see if I can do this. Oops. Is it this? There we go. And then same sequence repeats itself again here. So you have, you know, the setup candle here. This is the trade candle, and the same sequence repeats itself over here, right? Buy over here, right? Ignore the sells for right now. Just you know, sort of go with me. So is that relatively clear to you? Give me a yes that you guys are all understanding what the follow-up candle is, and you know where the trade is, right? You see the whole structure of what I'm talking about. We have the setup candle, and then we have the actual trigger candle, which is the first green zone after the red retrace. This is on the long side. Obviously everything is flipped around the other way around, right? Now, that's sort of like the first primary overlay. So the second overlay to the setup is, let's stay true to trend. And you know, the new version of Scalper 1.9 has the 200 period SMA. That's our trend. So if I'm above, all I want to do is I want to take long signals. I'm going to ignore my sell. I'm just going to ignore the sell labels, right? I'm going to ignore the sell labels. Okay. So I just want to stay true to trend. So that's the second overlay, right? Second overlay to what I want to do. Then the third overlay is, I don't want to overstay my welcome. So I'm just going to say, okay, if I get 3 consecutive buy signals in an uptrend, fine, I'll pause and I'll wait, you know, for a sell label before I, you know, resume any further upward trends, because it's getting overbought, right? I don't need to chase the very last one, because like if I chase the last one, this one stops me out. If I chase this one stops me out. You see how it's topping out, right? It's kind of topping out, right? Kind of getting exhausted. So the first 3, then I want to see some, you know, a couple of, I want to see a little bit of a sell-off before maybe I re-engage. Maybe I actually want to have 2 sell-off labels before kind of re-engage with the buy trend, right? Kind of like this. So you guys following me on this? So first, you know, I only want to do the buy trend. I want to do the follow-on candles. Secondly, I only want to do the first 3, you know, in the buy trend. Then I want to take a pause, right? Now, here's where it gets a lot of fun. The sell labels, right? The sell labels, they're actually a second variant of a buy label, right? I thought about this and I was like, you know, well, you know, there's 2 ways we can trade. We can trade the sell labels, just, you know, regular sell signal, which sometimes it works, but it's an uptrend. And if you look at an uptrend, a far, far better way of engaging with a sell label in an uptrend is to kind of flip the signal to the follow-on candle. Now, in this particular case, this one I think fails. Fair enough, right? This fails. So in other words, I have a sell label. I'm above the uptrend. So the first green after the sell is going to be my trigger. So this one fails, no problem. You know, they're not all going to work, but this one works like a charm, right? I'm long here, and I'm long here from essentially a sell-off. So really good low price, excellent possibility. I mean, definitely great short scalp, but maybe even a good swing structure. And same thing over here. I'm long over here. Boom! I definitely get a pop over here, right? Now we're kind of now we're back in the buy zone. Similarly, now obviously this is pre-market, so you got to be very careful. But it actually would have worked over here just for the scalp too. Similarly, if I'm on the sell side, it means underneath the big trend, and I get a buy label, right? If I get the red zone off of a buy label, I can short this thing, and I did actually on the S&P. If I shorted this was you short 60, you're good for 5. It goes down to 55. You made your target. Obviously, it's not. You don't want to be doing this just prior to the market open, but similar idea as like you can generate additional buy trades with a sell label above the trend. You can generate additional sell trades with a buy label below the trend, right? That way you kind of really staying true to the overall trend. You're trying to just basically be good to to the first couple of breakout moves over here. So like right now, just kind of setting ourselves up. I was doing something similar about a week ago. I wasn't quite as organized. It wasn't quite as clear, in my opinion, as it is now. So just to give you an idea, like right now, we have buy labels, upper trend, right? We're above trend on both things. If the price kind of holds, we go into green zone. I want to be long both NASDAQ and the S&P. If we start crashing through the 200 SMA, yeah, obviously, the story changes. And we'll have to see. We got 9:26, 4 minutes to the open. Nothing much really going on here. But it really creates kind of a fascinating possibility for us. I'm actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to put this on my off screen. I'm going to put this on my other screen because now, good thing about Jers is I have like multiple screens here, so I can really follow. So I can actually follow gold. And I'm going to follow gold and the Dow off screens here, so that if I see something interesting, I can definitely plan it. Just sort of give you an idea. If you looked at gold, following the structure that I just told you about, look at gold. We're below the 200. We got the sell label. The trigger candles right here. Green, red, boom, 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 wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. 15, 5 ticks super fast on the gold side, right? So you definitely have lots and lots of really interesting high quality ideas here. So here's NASDAQ. NASDAQ's going to be crazy. We're going to take this trade just for shits and giggles. I don't care if this holds, even though this is like a massive candle. We're probably, what else we're going to do? We're definitely going to take the S&P. So let's wait for the S&P. So I got 15 seconds on the S&P. This has got to hold the green. So far, it's not. Ooh, NASDAQ is really pumping. What do we got? Market opening up. 6.54 seconds. I'm going to see if the S&P holds on the green side. Okay. Oh, what happened? Where's my? Oh, I'm in the S&P. Sorry. Okay, I was like, why is this taking time? I should have been in NASDAQ too, but let's just do one S&P. Let's see. Again, I just want to so buy green, red. Obviously, 2 minutes before the open, kind of a risky trade, and it may just stop me out completely, which is why I didn't choose the NASDAQ, because that's a much more volatile trade. Let's see if this holds. If it holds, great. If it doesn't hold, we can always try to repair it a little bit later. But it's a good example of what I mean, in a sense that this is very much a follow-on trade, and we're looking to hit 570 as a target. Why is this, man? What is up with this thing? This thing is just so. Oh, did it get done? And I got done. Wow, I wasn't even looking. And that was, and that got done. Let me show you how that got done. So, because I don't like to keep the executions on because it just pollute the whole thing. But you see, 69 to 70, nice clean follow-on trade. Boom, boom. NASDAQ would have worked too, but it was just really, I'm going to try and choose one or the other and not get crazy with both at the same time. More pops to my P&L without any sweat. So 3 components here. We were above the look at this now. It's just really, really, of course. Ooh, look at that pop. I can't even get it up there. Holy cow. Three components to this trade. Above the long-term trend, buy label, follow on trade. You know, it's a setup candle, trigger candle. Boom, boom, boom. We did it right, and it felt all right. I'm using 515 stop on NASDAQ. So 515, I'll put them up here. I'm only going to give you NASDAQs and S&Ps just because it just gets too complicated. And I'm using 1.3. This is in points for S&P, right? So I'm trying to target 1, risking 3, trying to get as many of these things done. One of the cool things about this is I think this gives you a little bit more accuracy in terms of resolution, and also the very cool thing. All right, let me get rid of this. This is going to start looking like the same Valentine's Day massacre if I keep the executions on. The other cool thing is, if this fails, you can just repeat the pattern after the next buy. What it does is it slows you down from like chasing the trade. If this doesn't work, you slow yourself down into another buy follow on sequence, which at minimum is going to take at least 5-10 minutes, and it doesn't make you rush to try to repair the trade faster than you need to. So lots of stuff popping on the board here. I have we can watch. So this got resolved, and now we really don't have anything. Now, so the point is now we have to wait for a fresh buy label or sell label, and then a fresh follow-on trade. But in the meantime, we do have a fresh sell label in gold, and we're kind of going into the green zone. So, I'm going to try and trade gold if I can, if it gives me the opportunity here to trade it. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I think I can do this. Hang on a second, guys. Chill with me. Let me see if I can do this. Damn it. Come on. I was trying to do my window arrangements. Why is that giving me a Windows arrangement? Maybe because, like this. Okay, let me see if I can do this. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm just trying to arrange my TradeAvate window so that it can be on the side. Why is it so annoying? Sorry. Okay, this one goes over here. Okay, right, excellent. And this goes over here. Okay, perfect. I think I got myself all set up. Now I have my DOM on my right, and everything is organized. So I'm in the green zone over here. I'm watching. I'm watching this thing maybe print a couple of greens and then a red zone. Then I'll be able to short gold. We'll see. We'll see if that hammers out. This is obviously in sync with a broader trend. Second sell signal over here. So lots of interesting possibilities. NASDAQ did its usual morning flush. This is the reasons we try not to trade so early in the day, because it's always going to be very, very flushy. But we'll see. Gold so far not giving us the green-red setup. Why not make the resolution trade setup? Because you know why? I like the idea of pre-prep. I like the idea of kind of preparing your mind. I mean, the point is that you could take the sell label, you could take the buy label. They both work. And if you took the buy label here, you would have had continuity. Remember, what you're trying to trade is continuity, right? We're just trying to trade continuity. And the labels are there to inform you. They're there to impart information, to give you a signal. Nothing is even remotely 100%. It's your job as a living organism to interpret the signal. This is literally what all biological systems do. They take information from the outside world, from the external world, interpret it, and then act upon the signal. So my whole job is to create as many elegant instruments for you to make those signals as clean and clear as possible, right? And when I have the pre-prep system, so like right now, okay, so we're watching gold here, 31 seconds left. This kind of did a very, very thin, only one candle in the green zone. You know, we'll see. It may actually hold above the green zone. We'll see what gold wants to do. Gold is like notoriously complex. Oh, I don't want to be trading 3. I want to be trading 1. I just want to get my volumes all corrected. So no signal on the gold right now. It's still, well, we'll see. 4 or 5. Let's see. All right, I sold it. Gold gave me a sell signal here, but you know, gold is just fucking nightmare. So it could easily pop against me. I didn't love this trade because it was it stops me out. All right, fine. Small loss on gold. I really didn't love this trade because it wasn't enough time to in the green zone, and it was really grossly oversold. But you know, I took it because I want to show you the setup. I can always get this one back. So kind of what do I do with this gold structure now that we got stopped out on kind of a shitty setup? I have to wait really patiently for another sell signal, another green red combo to work, or I need to wait for a buy signal and then a red off of a buy, because as long as it's underneath here, that'll be a legitimate sell signal. Whatever I want to do, it forces me to wait, which is a good thing because it's forcing me to just not try to rush on the structure. So NASDAQ popping really hard up. Let's see what S&P wants to do. I have gold on my other screen, so I can keep an eye on it. S&P doing nothing. The Dow actually has a sell signal here. So again, if we stay underneath the black line, the long-term line, and we go green-red, that's going to be a nice clean opportunity for us to sell the Dow. So we'll see if we get that set up. So the point being is that by preparing yourself, so you have you have this interesting piece of information, you can now set yourself up both physically and mentally for the trade instead of having to quickly rush it, right? That really gives you, I think, the nice clean pause. I know, Sammy. I'm sorry. It's not. You can blame frigging YouTube for that. It only gave me 4 options, and then it cut me off. I couldn't even do Australia separately. So just note. As I said, those of you guys who are in Africa, absolutely the best. Where am I? Why am I not getting the? Oh, let me put this over here. I'm just looking at the. Sorry, I'm going to put the link over here, guys, to my other screen. If you're in Africa, our new partner, Think Capital, is the perfect. Really good opportunity for prop if you want to trade prop, because they will take all the Africa business. Okay, so negative on YM, positive NASDAQ, not really anything on the S&P here so far. S&P still holds above the long-term trend, so we're essentially net positive, right? And gold is just chopping and churning, and trading very. Thing that's interesting about gold. Gold is like one of those instruments that it either is amazing or it's just horrible it just becomes a super choppy instrument. When it trends, it's like the easiest thing to bank out. When it gets really choppy, you kind of just want to leave it alone for the most part. Like right now, very much in the chop zone, right? Until I get a clean signal in gold, I'm not even paying attention to it for the time being. Sorry. Andre, what do you mean by valid news update website in mind? What website are you referring to? let's put ourselves back. We're going to watch the S&P and NASDAQ. Where's my, there we go. S&P got a sell. Now, this is interesting. Okay, so we are pretty much at the crossroads. This is like literally, the old checkpoint Charlie in Berlin. We're between the buy and the sell zones here. And this effectively, if it starts dropping, we're effectively now in the sell zone on the S&P. So the only legitimate trade for me to consider here would be a green-red to the downside, right? If this kind of held above and then turned green, I would actually take a long on this thing. But now, now we kind of, the morning pop completely unwound. We've actually had we were negative in Asia, came back up in Europe. They started buying it up in Europe, and now, just giving it all back again to the downside. It's really, really flushing. And of those, the Dow is the weakest. The Dow has like the cleanest downside trend on the trade. So we're just watching all of that occur. Vast. I'm sorry. I don't know, Andy. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. So should we fool around with this? Let's do this. Oh, damn it! I bought the wrong one. Exit. Sorry. Okay. Let's try this. Just fooling around. I'm kind. I had a. Sorry. I'm fooling around with what I was trying to tell you, which is the sell label becomes a buy trade because we're above the moving average, right? So I'm kind of just playing around, seeing if I can get this thing going here too, and I do. And this, again, that's the beauty of the markets. Like what I loved about this trade, and I really wanted to kind of share this with you, is it has a really clean, perverse pleasure in it, and anything that's kind of perverse and counterintuitive tends to really work well in the markets, right? Because the most obvious stuff in the markets is the least accurate because everybody's doing it. So kind of like, thinking the opposite of what it's signaling you by looking at the longer term trend and seeing that, hey, the conditions we kind of held bid, that this is actually a good buy. That was a perfect buy, right? Everybody saw that. Okay. But people are asking me a little bit. Andy is asking about details about Think. The details are in the evaluation test. So prop tests are very, very simple. They come in two flavors. If you take the futures prop test, you are paying a subscription fee monthly. You're paying a monthly fee for the prop test. So, you can take as long as you want to pass it, but every month you're going to be paying them a fee. Okay. That's the models on the future side. On the CFD side, you pay one fee up front and you can trade that for as long as you want. I've actually had accounts that are dormant that I haven't touched because I've been busy for like 7-8 months. And if I wanted to go back to them, I could start trading them again. And if I pass them, I will get funded. So that's the only difference. Otherwise, it's the same, stuff. You got to make X% up without a Z%, 0% down, and you're trading CFDs instead of futures. That's it. You obviously have a lot more products on the CFD side, but if you're trading NASDAQ or US 30, it's the exact same thing, just a different flavor of the same thing. So everything you do here, or everything I do here, applies on the CFD side. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance to do it this week, but I'm gonna try and get myself squared away on a Think account. And I'll trade some. Maybe one day we'll do a CFD day where I'll just trade nothing but CFDs with you guys to give you a good idea. But it's the exact same thing. So there's really no information you need. The only thing you need to do is pass the test, and just the different structures of the two things. So is that clear to everybody? These are 1 minute charts. These are 1 minute charts. Yes, I'm trading 1 minute charts because we are scalping. Fuck me. All right. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. All right. Hang on a second. Let's get into gold. I've been hunting it. So we're watching gold here. Remember, I have a buy, buy red. So I kind of want to short gold. I'm sorry, I missed the YM sell. That's why I was annoyed at myself, because I was trying to explain to you difference between CFDs and props. Okay, this gold gonna hold here. Oh, sorry, I want to sell gold. Now, gold is actually like a legit buy signal. So no red zone. I'm letting gold run. What I was pissed off about is because I was not paying attention, because I was like talking to you guys, was the Dow. The Dow, classic fucking trade right here. Sell, follow on trade, boom. Would have been a nice clean trade. Sorry. So I'm trying to keep track of like 4 different things. Doesn't quite that's the beauty of it. We have so many opportunities to trade. So we resolved the S&P, both of them to the upside so far. Got clipped on gold. I'm going to try to repair the gold when I get a chance, and I just kind of missed the YM. So this is all happening in the first 20 minutes, 4 opportunities, and that's actually what I want to talk to you about. I looked at it over and over again, and the basic rhythm of this setup is about 3 trades per hour per instrument. So if you're looking at NASDAQ, you have a reasonable chance to do $300 per hour if you hit all those 3 trades on a sequence. So if you're doing a couple of hours or 3 or 4 hours just on NASDAQ alone, you have a potential here for between $500 to $1,000 on just like 9-10 signals on every 20 minutes. Sometimes it actually comes in every 10 minutes, but averaging out. So multiply it by four instruments, and you have lots and lots of opportunities within every single hour to trade. That's why the cool thing about this is you can trade this for 2 or 3 hours at any given time. The times you want to trade all of this is between 4 a.m. New York and 2 p.m. or maybe 3 p.m. New York, right? So kind of like a 11-hour time frame when you really have some opportunities to trade there. I do trade Asia. People ask me, what about, can you trade Asia? You can trade Asia from around 8 p.m. New York till about 10 p.m. New York. So 8 to 10, 8 to 11. You have the Tokyo Open, you have the Shanghai Open. Those give you a couple of good opportunities, in NASDAQ and the S&P. So you really have like a huge amount of opportunities. Shit. So, okay. All right. So gold, I'm trying to hunt the gold here. And I missed it again, but we'll see. All right. This may be the bane of my existence today. I mean, if I get clipped on this one, I'm just going to give up on gold, because gold is a piece of shit today. I don't want to deal with it. The cool thing about, like if something doesn't work, just the great thing, there's 3 other instruments that we can trade. Fuck gold today. It's a piece of shit. It's not working. We are done with it. Let's focus on things that make us money. So, because gold is just chopping up and down. The trades in gold, I actually had really, really good trades in gold earlier today, but now it's just doing, gold kind of dies when the New York Open comes in till about by 12 noon. It's just untradeable. So I really don't like trading it at that point. And at this point, it just ate me up for 2 times. It can go fuck itself. I don't want to deal with it. That's the beauty of having so many other instruments, especially with NASDAQ and the S&P, which are so much more productive for us. Okay. Yeah, multitasking. If you don't understand my system, I will be glad to explain it. There's a whole. Did I actually? I think I have a whole video on it. SCLP. Hang on a second. There we go. I just put in a video. You can watch the video I made about my system. I don't want to go through all the details. Everybody in the room here knows exactly what I'm doing. If you're new, it's a good way for you to watch the video and get a good idea of the kind of stuff that we do. I trade every single day, four days a week. And I can assure you it's, it does really well. All right. Typical, 9:30 to 10 o'clock bullshit. Nothing happening. Let's see if we get. So, first of all, do we take out 2100? Maybe we get some level movement, and then hopefully we get some continuity trades. But we'll see. Let's see. Right now, we basically need to see some labels. So that's the other beauty of labels. Once we get labels, we know there's continuity. Then we can prepare for the second continuity wave on the labels. What is the account of risk equivalent to $100? No idea. I'm trading a $250,000 product, and I'm trading sort of like one or two contracts. So I have no idea how you would size it at $100. Try to trade for a penny. That's all you can do for it at $100. So like 10 cents a pip, I think is the smallest you can do. That's what I would do. All right, I'm going to my Moby Dick with gold. I'm watching gold off screen here. It's going red again. If it goes red again, I'm going to short again. I'm just telling you this right now, but I'm not going to show it to you because I need to focus on this. Okay. God damn it. All right, and do I get it done? Come on, baby, come, and I'm done. All right, let me show this to you. This is super fast. That's why the kind of trades that I do like right now. Especially with gold, we're just too fast to show you. So let me show you what I just did with this thing. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, see this? So I got stuck twice on gold, and then I saw the red. I sold it super fast short. It dropped for the half point on here, 59.4 against the 58.9. Took that, got out of it, and I'm done. Fuck you, gold. Go away. I don't want to deal with you anymore. And I am done with this product. Okay, now we can focus on the other stuff. Sorry, I had to kind of focus. I couldn't show you and do it, but you get the idea of what I was trying to do. Now we're focusing on just looking for labels. We're looking for hopefully buy labels because we're obviously above the moving averages. Looking for continuity. NASDAQ 20,100. Maybe they're finally going to take out the opening day ranges and establish a little bit of a trend here. Let's see. Let's see if they want to take it higher. Andy's cracking up. Yes, don't ever get emotional, right? That's what I teach you. Don't ever get emotional. This is the do as I say, not as I do part of the show. But again, it goes back to BFF, be focused, right? You have to be focused on what you're doing on the setup to kind of get it organized. What are you guys trading right now? I'm actually curious. What's everybody's? We're going to do a new poll. Okay, we ended the poll. So 37, interesting, about a third, a little bit of South America. Hey, good to see you guys in South America. Let's do another poll because what I really want to know is my favorite trade is, and it's going to be, I'm just going to give you like NASDAQ. Gold, and we're going to make so S&P and US 30 will be like one thing because on the CFD side it's US 30, on the future side it's the S&P. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Finally breaking out a little bit here, so maybe we're going to get some labels, some continuity trades. What's interesting is that when you're looking at this, YM still a dog, still a negative thing. So YM was, to kind of walk you through slowly, had a sell label here. The entry would have been at this candle over here, 233, just plus 5, boom, would have gotten you done. You could have had a lot more. One other thing, by the way, if you guys want the try the indicator. I'm going to put the link in here. This is a quick link to our monthly subscriptions. You can test it out for a month, or if you want to try my coaching, tonight is the Pass the Prop Academy session. So if you want to join me, today is the third session. Everything is on video, so you can record everything and you can watch it. But I'd love to have you. The great thing about that is it's a 3-month structure, heavily discounted. You get everything. You get all of Kathy's signals, as well as all my coaching, as well as all the indicators that we have here. So you have like all the tools at your fingertips to do both pass the prop if you want, or trade your own accounts, whichever way you want. And as a matter of fact, speaking of prop, let me put the Apex link in here. Make sure you guys get the discount on Apex because they're doing a good job. While we're letting the market set itself up. So everybody loves to trade gold. I'm actually curious what's going on here. Gold leads the pack. I know you're all gold bugs. Okay, buy label. And I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to show you how gold was a really, really good trade earlier today on my stuff. I just, I fucking hate trading it during North America. It's so annoying. Also, I want to just check my algo, see how well it's doing. Oh yeah, baby. Oh my God. The algo is up $3,000 today. Holy shit. Wow. That's awesome. Let me see this. Hold on a second. History. Yeah, 3,200. Wow, I'm loving this thing. Those of you who are, who are interested in the algo, not like your chart is behind. So a couple of possibilities. You may be on delayed. You're getting delayed quotes, right? You may be just getting delayed quotes. And the reason for that is you probably don't have an Apex account. If one of the great things about having a prop account is you get the real-time signals, real-time quotes for free, which is expensive to get. You're probably if you do have like a futures account, you may not have been able to set it up with TradingView. But that is one of the great things about prop. It's like a $30 fee, I think, on a monthly basis to get Chicago Mercantile Exchange quotes. And with prop, you're taking like a $50 prop test, and the quotes are included in your package. So it's a really, really good deal. Another really good deal for why you want to go with an Apex account. William is very smart. He's asking me, is this one trade per day, or did I turn into a high frequency? This is the 3,000 is on the high frequency version. The one trade a day is doing really well too. But this, I had so many of you degenerate traders come to me and ask me to turn the algo into high frequency, and I just did, and we're just beta testing it, but it's really doing well. So I'm just super happy with it as far as that goes. So we broke out, guys. 50. We're now session highs, and now still we do have a buy label in the S&P, right? So I'm kind of waiting for a buy label in NASDAQ. NASDAQ seems to be really walking above the moving average. But remember, our setup is buy label, red retrace zone, green re-engagement zone. That's when we're going to get along this thing. So as of now, the most probable trade that I'm going to be hunting is the S&P, because I don't have any buy labels in NASDAQ just yet. It's kind of a very, very choppy day today, right? Can a U.S. citizen in the United States use it? Oh, yes. It's U.S. approved, my friend. The problem with Apex, which is why we have Think Capital as a partner, is if you're in emerging markets, they don't take anybody from emerging markets. So that's why Think Capital is, I think, a great alternative. But yes, I mean, it's out of fucking Dallas. You couldn't get more American than that, There was a buy flash on the NAS, but didn't quite materialize. Let's see if that holds. For us, this is the setup candle, right? This is the beauty. We don't have to chase it. We don't have to go, go nuts on it. We can now wait patiently until we get the red green zone. I think it makes it, frankly, much easier to trade for us, and then it, just kind of evens out our, we're not rushing to pop the trade. And I think, hopefully it'll give us a good setup. We'll see. So far the setups have been very, very good. I even managed to get all my gold losses back from that piece of shit trade today. So the indices have been super clear and super clean. The only thing I didn't do was catch the Dow sell, but otherwise everything else is good. Was long CFD gold for a few hours and just closed last short after 40 minutes. Okay, so first of all, we got a buy label on NAS, buy label on the S&P. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put those on my, now that I have two screens here. I love having this, by the way. Okay, hang tight, guys, hang tight. I want to see this. I'm actually going to do this in New York. I realize this. I'm going to do a 3-screen setup, so this way I don't miss any things that are setting up in the background. So I'm going to put the S&P over here. I'm going to put NASDAQ over here, so that if I'm talking about gold, because you guys want to discuss gold with me for a second. So here's gold. Here's gold right now, and what I kind of wanted to show you was when we were look at how good a trending product it was during the European session, right? If you sort of followed my my mantra, have buy label over here, this is the entry, boom, winner. Buy label over here, this is the entry, boom, winner. Buy label over here, entry, boom, winner. So 3 labels, then we kind of paused. You could even go on 4 labels, 5 labels. It was just beautifully there. Then you could have even counter trended this sell label over here, but it was above the SMA, so you could have bought the sell label and you would have had another winner. It was just super clean winners. Now it got really choppy as fuck. I missed the sell label over here. The second sell label just ran into the ground. It just ran into an absolute grindstone. So we got a ground here, because I kind of pushed my trade, and then eventually the third time on the buy, I resolved it to the downside. But you can see that the same instrument can be an amazing trade or a horrible trade depending on time of the day, which is why time of the day is so important for when you want to trade these things. Gold, great from 4 a.m. till 8 a.m. New York. Everybody across the world loves to trade gold, right? U.S. products are great U.S. time. This is when we're going to get our best opportunities, because this is when you get the most liquidity, which means the most continuity, and hopefully we get some movement here. So we just sort of have to be very patient, because we had just these big breakout moves. It's really consolidating a lot, and we have to just wait our turn, let it come back to the moving average, adjust itself, reestablish a secondary wave, because now profit taking comes in, and we hopefully will position ourselves well. But yeah, the same product can be the best trade or the worst trade depending on time of the day. I'm going to bite my tongue from what I was just about to say, because my wife is going to kill me. But those of you who are married, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, somewhere in the Rockies saying 200 working really well. It is. It's just a nice, clean orientation. It just really it keeps you on the right side of the trend, which is the key thing. Oh, I have no idea. Ken Paul, I delay charts. You're asking me questions that I have no idea. I do one thing, and I'm good for one thing. I trade my setup. I show you my setup. I pass prop tests. I get funded on the prop tests. I help people do that. That's what I do. You can take the same techniques to make money on your own account. I'm in the business of making quick, consistent profits over a specific period of time, because I focus on key instruments. So in order to do that, you have to do a few things. You gotta take a prop test, or you gotta have your own account. You can't do it on can't do it on a cheap. It's not even expensive, but the point is, you can't trade delayed quotes and expect to make money. It's like saying, can I race Le Mans with my tricycle? So just watching the flow, not getting any red retraces just yet. It's going to take us a little bit of time. Today was a very kind of a weird day, right? We had this consolidation, massive breakout, not sort of a smooth, clean, buy and retrace type of a trend that we're used to. So, we'll just have to be patient with the signals. All right, NASDAQ possibly goes red. I'm going to give it hopefully it has 3 or 4 candles of red, so we get a decent retrace move on it, and then we can try to trade the second wave. I wanted to ask anybody who's in Florida, who's like in the eye of the storm today. How you guys doing? Let me know in chat. I'm actually would love to know, because I'm watching the videos, and it's just insane, really crazy. Yeah, somebody's talking to me about the Dow. I'm not, the Dow is, the Dow had one clean sell signal. It's kind of like turning itself back up. I don't, you don't necessarily want to short the Dow when everything else is going up, right? It's maybe lagging, but it's definitely moving towards the moving average. So for now, I'm definitely flat the Dow, not doing anything on it. NASDAQ has not come down yet. Oh, okay, finally S&P is starting to get red. Okay, let's see if we get these red candles here. Big sell-off from 74 to 77. This is like a 6-7 handle sell-off in the S&P. Big move in the S&P to the downside. Not so much in NASDAQ. Nah, NASDAQ doesn't even go red. All right, we're gonna watch this. I'll be honest with you. I don't love, if you're looking at this S&P setup, I want it to be like 2 or 3 candles red before kind of. I don't like it when it goes red and right away to green. It's usually kind of a sucker trap. What you want is like a 3-4 minute sell off, and then a regroupment and a move back up. Right when it goes super red, super green, usually that first green is going to be a bullshit signal. So I probably will pass up on it. If this spends 4 or 5 minutes in the red zone, I'm happy. And then we have the proper sell-off, and then maybe we're going to get the second wave to the upside. As long as we're still above the 200 SMA, the flow should be on our side. All right, NASDAQ goes red for the first candle. S&P is third candle red. Get myself into my S&P mode. Oh. Yeah, you can deposit. Some Andy's asking me, can you deposit between 500 and 1,000 with ACAP? Absolutely. Here's the. Let me give you the ACAP link. You can deposit as little as $100 with ACAP. Absolutely. We love ACAP. They are the premier broker of choice for us. Even if you deposit like $100, you're going to get a trading tool that I made that will help you trade with them. So you definitely get something out of it, just for a test. All right, watching NAS turn green, possibly. We'll see. All right, I got to put my glasses on now because I got to focus. kind of what I think I'm angling for NAS first. If NAS holds green, that's going to be my primary trade. S&P is probably going to do well too, but I can only do one at a time. And if I'm going to commit, I'm probably going to commit to the NASDAQ here. But NASDAQ has got to hold the green. It's got to stay above here. 15 seconds left. It can still dip below, and I don't want to. You want to make sure that you have the signal in hand for this trade. 3, 4, 2, 1. All right, buy market. Long NASDAQ. 98 is my target. And we're done. See, and this is why I was focusing on NASDAQ. It was the strongest trade. Also, S&P didn't do shit. So that's, $100 in less than 10 seconds, my kind of trade. That's what I like to do. See, so what do? I twiddled my thumb for 15, 20 minutes because nothing was setting up as far as our setup. Yes, you could, if I had tomorrow's paper yesterday, I could have bought this and it could have been a 100-point gain for me. But I don't get the chance, to trade the future, or I don't get the chance to trade the past. I have to trade the future. So I have to be very, very patient. And, this worked out nice and clean. It was a perfect setup. More bank for the buck for us. Hopefully you guys like that one. People are asking me, do my trading techniques help pass all problems? As a matter of fact, lots of guys in my room take other people's, take prop tests from other firms and have passed them. So yeah, absolutely. And it's, this is not the only technique that we have. This is just this is what I like to use for live trading because it's exciting. It creates lots of trades. It gets people, interested. But there's longer term trades and there's other ways to do this. What was the points gain and stop loss? Okay, so NASDAQ is a 5-point target, 15-point stop. That's $100 profit. Okay, that's what that on a mini contract, one mini contract. Which, by the way, the other thing I was going to say is, you could, especially if you're trading like a $250,000, account like I am, you could just trade 5 large. You could just trade 5 of these for $500 trades, and 5 on NASDAQ for $250 trades, and just try to go for 2 or 3 focus trades in 1 hour or 2 hours, and you're done. You're $1,000 in an hour, and you can just walk away from it. Or you can trade small like I do, and then just kind of engage yourself the whole day. Keeping it small really keeps me from being to trade large. You have to be totally focused. I was definitely focused on that trade. I knew that was going to be a good try for me. But if you're going to trade large, you can't have any kind of distractions. So that's why I like to trade small, because in life there's always going to be distractions. But when you're trading small, you can still take lots and lots of good trades. I think I'm actually, excuse me. Let me see if I can tell you. I have to hang on a second. I'm looking at my other computer here. I'll tell you. Just curious. Where am I on the P&L for the day today? Just going to let me in. Hopefully I get two live notes. Okay. So in this one. Okay. So I was at about 500. The gold puked me up. I'm now at 350 on this account. But then the other account, I was up another $200. So I'm up about 500. And then yesterday, trading small, I was up $1,000 the whole account. So totally viable as a structure. And if I was really, really focused, I could definitely, could have done more. I mean, you're going to run into bad luck like I did with gold. If gold didn't clip me back and I had to get it all back, I'd easily have about 600 already in 2 or 3 hours. BFF, wait for trade to come to you. You're right. I mean, that's the best. That's the best thing. By the way, you see there's nothing going on in the S&P, right? S&P is giving me bupkas, and that's fine. Okay. As a matter of fact, now, oh, look at that ODP. You guys see that the algo pops a trade directly into our Discord. So the one a day trade just completed for a US 30 win. So that was nice. So now the trade. Okay, let's just kind of focus and orient myself to the setup. Now the trade is we got a sell label in the S&P. I'm still above the 200. I'm still upward biased, right? My bias is bullish. If I get a green zone, if I move into the green zone, I'm a buyer here. I'm going to be a buyer in the S&P. So whether I get the buy red green or a sell green, a sell red green, I'm gonna take those trades. In fact, I actually prefer the sell labels in an uptrend because I feel like those have the highest potential. You're buying them from the lowest point possible in an uptrend, and you have the greatest chance of executing and completing the trade. We'll see if that holds true. But my own contrarian nature really likes to buy the sell trades or sell the buy trades. Depending where you are on the orientation. Does that make sense to everybody? If the setup is set up in twice or thrice in 5 minutes, can we take them all? So no, I like, for example, I'm only taking one. If you mean like there's a red green, you take this one. There's a red green, take this one. No, only one per label, because as you can see, you're gonna run into a losing proposition. The key thing with this setup is you want to make it as high probability as possible, right? You can't be a greedy bastard to try to extract every single point you can. It's tactical. You are waiting for the conditions to occur that have the highest probability of success. You pounce on them, make your money, walk away. That's the strategy of this thing. It's not about like, oh, I'm going to take 1,000 of these trades because they're so easy. Nothing ever in trading is easy, and there's always trade-offs. The trade-off with this setup is you don't get to have 100-point gains. Talk about being a hero by buying here and selling over here. Okay, but you get to have very, very consistent, very accurate profits day in and day out, as long as you stay focused, as long as we're all BFF, right? All right, still sell zones in the S&P, still holding red. I'm watching for a move to the green in the S&P if I can get it. Going into my S&P structure. Oh, NASDAQ's coming back on. I'm seeing NASDAQ getting a little bit of love. Look at that. NASDAQ finally edged out gold. Yes, NASDAQ is great. And by the way, NASDAQ is a monster instrument for this setup. If you really, really want to be focused and you just want to say, you know what? I just want to really focus on making $1,000 a day off the prop, and then passing that and then trying to do the same thing on my, sorry guys, I'm watching the, what is this? No, did not break the greens just yet. That was look how thin that was. It was just super thin on the S&P. NASDAQ is a great structure for this setup candle, trade candle. It's really effective, I think. As a matter of fact, it's like I'm eyeing the S&P right now because I kind of want to do the S&P, but the NASDAQ is also doing a sell green possible setup, right? So. But I'm already set up on the S&P, so I'm kind of waiting to watch that. Now, the cool thing about all of this, by the way, is you see that if it doesn't set up, there's no trade. You're not doing something stupid like buying a falling knife, right? You're generally hoping that there's some signal of momentum that gives you a modicum of confidence that this is an okay trade. I'm watching this. Jesus Christ, what a lame ass move. I'm not taking this S&P. It may work, but it was really, look how weak it was on the break here. So, I'm just gonna let it go. This probably would have worked, but it was just so weak on the break here that it wasn't worth my time. But yeah, I mean, even though I doubted myself, this actually would have worked. Totally. What can you do? The beauty of this, though, is that it's like Florida weather. Wait 5 minutes and it will change. I'm trying to convince myself, should I take this as a more convincing version of green here? I may just simply try to take this trade as a long here. We'll see. I'm not okay. Let's leave it alone. Let's not force a trade, which is what I always love to do, which is force a trade just because there's a trade. This was a little problematic when we started, and there's no need to force it. It would have worked, but it was really, really wobbly. So let it go. Let's see what NASDAQ wants to do right now. NASDAQ still staying red. Let's see what the market really wants to do. It kind of popped everything up, and now we're really, really stalled at the session highs. So if we start coming back down to the moving average, it's not going to be not going to give us a lot of confidence on the longs. So while all of this is going on, let's see if there's any more questions. While all this is going on, one really good setup for those people that don't necessarily want to trade lots and lots of different sequences is this one. I can't show it right now because it's going to happen in the next hour or two, right? You see, NASDAQ was also super weak. Like the price action here, just not, just because it's a signal doesn't mean you have to take it. The price action here is just not very, very convincing that we have a, turn to the upside here. So I'm going to pass up on both of these trades, and we'll wait for the next label setup on the move. But a setup that really works well, we'll do this on NASDAQ, is one that's going to occur between 11:30 and 1:30 in the afternoon. Let me see. I honestly have no idea. Yeah. Yesterday, there was a little bit of this, not a lot, but a little bit of this. But this is a setup where, again, time of the day, and you can hunt the setup. Generally, what happens is we have a certain direction established from around 9:30 to 11 o'clock, right? So in this particular case, we obviously had an upward direction established between 9:30 and 11:30. And then that direction typically gets reversed for some period of time. Yesterday was a pretty short period of time. What I like to do is I like to have like two red zones underneath the second red zone. So in other words, I have one red zone, green zone, red zone as my trigger signal for a change of trade. Because if prices were below the moving average and they broke up, I'd have two green zones that I'd take the second trade. You can take the trade here, like about a 30, maybe 40 point stop, 40 point target, and you can see, you sold 38 and it went all the way down to about 108, about 30 points. It's good generally. Yesterday was a day where it was good for only 30 points, but generally it's good for a lot more. You can look at this. Let me see if I can go back to Friday here. Okay. Right. So Friday, Friday would really did not have any change of pace. 12:30, maybe here it is. Yeah, here it is. Not much actually. Honestly, Friday the change of pace came from the downside to the upside. The second trade over here really didn't extend much. It was like a 160, 169. Really didn't extend much. It was kind of a flat day because it was non-farm payrolls. So really didn't have a lot. But let's go back to Thursday. The point being is like that pattern of the change of trend from long to short or short to long and kind of having some duration into the afternoon. This is Thursday, right? Here's Thursday. So Thursday, it was an uptrend all the way through here, and it basically started to sell off around 12:30, right? Depending on whether you just took the cross to the downside or you traded over here, you certainly had some continuity. It was 25 all the way down. Yeah, there's 50 points worth of trade over here, and then all the way over here was around a couple of hundred points. The point being is this whole time frame where we change from whatever on one side of the large trend to the other side of the large trend, there's some continuity, and you can use the scalper to trade just one trade per per day, and then you're good to go as far as that goes. All right. Now I'm just really honestly just watching for further labels. Because right now I don't have any, right now I either need a buy label or a sell label to obtain a possible, buy setup. Let's see if I have any questions here. No? Everybody watching? Okay. All right. So, you just have to be patient. We'll have to see what we can get here on the trades. I passed up on this sell buy. It would have worked about 76 and went all the way up to 78, so it would have worked. But it looked really, really tepid. Just looking on my left here to see what the S&P is doing. And gold is starting to come down a little bit. Interesting. The air is really coming out of gold now. Gold is starting to really crash to the downside. Gold is a sell label, and so for gold we'd be looking for a green red as a possible trade here. Gold is really crashing. S&P, NASDAQ is starting to pop back up. So at 10:30, feels like we're running a little bit out of gas. So it'll be interesting to see if they can hold above the moving averages. Because if we start breaking below, that's going to be a turn of day trade where we go from being buying to being a selling trade, and that could have some nice continuity to it. I'm looking for 20. Is it 5? Yeah, 20 tick profit against a 60 tick stop loss. All right, maybe I'm getting a buy. I was got excited there for a second for a buy label for the S&P, because if you get a buy label, then we get a red green. We have a trade here. So S&P kind of consolidating a little bit here. NASDAQ is up a little bit too. The sell buy trade in NASDAQ here was just nothing. I'm glad I didn't take it, but if you took it and you got stopped, there's nothing you could do. It was just volatility. You bought here, it just volatile down, and then it actually proved itself true. NASDAQ is notorious where you're right on direction and still wrong in execution. It's just, part and parcel of the product. So you have to accept it. That's why I trade it small. And I try, and if it doesn't work, I just try to hunt down and repair it. But the thing about it is when it's working, it's just like clockwork. It's just boom, boom, boom. Every trade a quick winner. And for that reason alone, it's really worth trading. You just have to accept the fact that there'll be occasionally they're gonna trip you up, and you're gonna have to give some of it back. Gold is 646, really, really crashing. All right, guys, I get 10 more minutes, then the boss is going to call me into a meeting. So we'll see what happens here. We're going to go red zone in the S&P. Let's see. Yeah, we're really slowed down, huh? Wow. All right, red zone in the S&P. Let's see if this gives us anything. I'm looking at gold out of the corner of my eye, guys, too. It's just that nothing, we don't have any, it's a deep, deep sell-off. So we need a, green, red for us to even look at gold as a potential move here. It's just not setting up. So I just have to be patient with it. Oh, I got disconnected. Let's reconnect. Okay. So anybody in Florida? Anybody weathering the storm? I don't see anybody in my chat here telling me this. Maybe the guys in Florida are not trading right now. They're like, it's the last thing on their mind. $20,200 on the NASDAQ. Really impressive. All right, getting red zone on the S&P, maybe. Why is gold selling off so much? Let's see. I actually curious to see if there's any news going on here. Are you guys watching Polymarket? Trump really. You guys watch this. This is a cool website in case you're interested. It's the this is the most liquid website, and Trump was like 48.51 Harris like 3 days ago, and I was really wanted to buy Trump because I thought it was underpriced. It's just like a million other things to do, but now big swing forward here. Okay, red zone. Maybe we'll see. God, it's like watching paint dry right now, huh? Not even red zone, just kind of hanging in there. Okay, possible trade in the S&P now. 35 seconds left. Let's see what it can do. Ah, now it's popping. All right, I'm long this trade, targeting 81.25. And we're done. All right, my friends. Still having a look. Now we have a buy label in here. There might be a follow-on trade here, but you get the idea. Stalk them, hunt them, kill them. That's the motto. Sweetwater, you crack me up. Wow. All right. No. Anyways, seriously, let's all hope the hurricane is going to be gentle. It looks like a monster. Anyways, I hope you guys really like this. We banked away. If you want me to count up, let me look at my other account. Just a second. I'll look at my other screen and I'll show it to you in just 1 second. I just want to make sure I have it right. Yeah. All right. Wasn't honestly not that great. Let me show this to you. Oh shit, where is this? It was an okay day for me in this particular account. So could have done better. It's $400. Really, the accuracy got blown up by the gold trade. But I battled back. This is basically the trades. Trade from here on this account. The other account, I also have the other account which I was trading, and that was super clean there. Where's the 49 account? They had a couple, just all winning trades. So 143 plus basically $500 so far, which is okay. Like, if I focus for the rest of the day, I was actually up like $700-800. If I focus the rest of the day, I could easily bring it up to 1,000. The point is that you could do this if you focus, if you if you hunt those trades. You do this. You see me do this over and over and over again. And if you specialize in NASDAQ, it becomes in many ways easier because you have just one instrument that you can work throughout the day. But I hope you like it because the setups are there. The setups really help you make the P&L. And obviously, you could do much larger size. I'm just doing very small size to kind of get myself organized. Let me see if you guys have any final questions. How many pips should you aim for in a successful trade? So this is scalp trades. So we're trading for 1 point in the S&P, which is 4 ticks. We're trading for 5 points in NASDAQ, which is 20 ticks in NASDAQ, 5 ticks in gold, 5 ticks in this. But we're trying to make just think about this. Like if you try to make 5 ticks 10 times, that's $500. That's kind of like the idea, And what that does is it keeps your drawdown incredibly controlled, right? I have like $6,500 worth of drawdown, and as you can see, where's this thing? Did I show you? I had literally no drawdown in this one, I think. Yeah, there's no drawdown in this one. And if you look at the other one, so the other one, which was my shit account today, the one that gold clipped me, and I had to work my way out. I have $6,500 worth of drawdown, and my drawdown. What is this? Oh no, my drawdown was $1,000, but that's 1/6. That was my worst, and this was a couple of very, very bad trades in gold that I ate. So still, like with just the worst case scenario, only $1,000 of drawdown against $500 worth of budget. And yesterday was considerably better. Like I think if I do, let me just sort of show this to you. Custom range from yesterday, like 9 o'clock in the morning, right, until today. Yeah, this is it was a lot better trading, right? To today, yeah. Still have like some deeper drawdowns, but again, $1,000 drawdown against a $6,500 budget is still quite good. Which account is this? Is this one? I forgot which account I'm in here. That's a 251. Let me see what the 49 account. Did I do any trading in this one? Seven. No, I didn't do any trading. Okay, see that was the other one. So 600 still quite good, but I definitely can do better. If you focus. Oh, sorry, guys. There was one last trade that we kind of missed because I was just showing you stuff. But you could have had another $100 here. Remember, buy green red, long here 203, 208 would have been the target. Target would have been hit. As I said to you, if you want to just trade NASDAQ, it's the money trade for this particular setup. It makes you $100 every time you win. You have potential to make 10 of those wins during a regular trading session. So it makes it very, very clean and easy for you. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm going to do the same thing tomorrow. Carry forward trades work for multiple bands following a buy sell signal. I'm sorry. Maybe we can talk about that tomorrow, SB. I don't know what that means, but I'd love to find out. Everybody have a great day. Let me give you the final set of links. Please take care of our friends at Apex if you want an Apex account. If you want real quotes, you can just get an Apex account for like $30. If you want to do CFDs, our friends at Think, and if you want to just get the indicator, you can just put that over there as our monthly link. All right. I thank you so much, guys. Pretty good session. Pretty good session. I hope you really like the most exciting thing about this is the structure. It really gives you such a nice, clean structure for how to do trading. That is the most important part. Once you have the recipe, you can just repeat it over and over and over again against all of these instruments. But of course, NASDAQ and the S&P are the two of the best ones. Okay. I thank you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll do the whole thing all over again. Everybody have a great day. Bye-bye.